Hi, this is Jim Blasingame, the Small Business Advocate, and if you'll give me 3 minutes of your time, I'll help you have the maximum opportunity to be successful in your small business. Now, let's talk about your global business strategy. In case you haven't heard, the 7 billionth Earthling was born recently. For the global marketplace, 7 billion prospects are very exciting. But for growing American small businesses, 96% of those folks live outside the U.S. Once, small business growth meant expanding to the next county. But in the 21st century, shifts in technologies and demographics have made growing outside of America's four walls increasingly compelling. But it's also produced 3 elemental global business questions. Who are my prospects? How do I connect with them? And how do I get paid? Let's focus on the who first, with these global stats from the January 2011 National Geographic magazine, plus my own editorializing. 19% of Earthlings are Chinese, 17% are Indian, only 4% are American. By 2030, the first 2 will invert. By gender, males barely edge out females, 1.1 to 1. But my demographic experts report wide swings in median ages among countries, which must factor into any export strategy. In a historical shift, just over half of Earthlings are now urbanites. Remember, city folk use different stuff than their country cousins. Here are global workplace profiles. 40% of us work in services, 38% in agriculture, and 22% in industry. This means different things to different industries, but it means something to all businesses. English is the international language of business, but it's the first language of only 5% of your global prospects. When doing business outside the U.S., be culturally sensitive and patient with the translation process. Breaking news: 82% of your global prospects are literate. If you can read and write, you can improve your life, which explains the growth of the middle class in emerging markets. A growing global middle class means more affluent consumers. Computers are luxuries for most Earthlings, but cell phone usage is exploding across the globe, and billions who never owned a PC or used the internet will soon do both with a smartphone. 2 words, Benjamin: global mobile. Even though India and China are much in the news, American small businesses should consider export opportunities in our own hemisphere first, especially where trade agreements are in place like Panama, Canada, Mexico, Colombia, and Chile. In part 2, we'll address the other elemental questions. How do I connect with global prospects, and how do we get paid? Write this on a rock. Consider business growth outside of America's four walls. This is Jim Blasingame. I'll see you on the radio or on the internet at smallbusinessadvocate.com.